Hi, everybody. It's Lisa Murray here. Hi, my sweet lifers. Listen, we're doing another Sweet Life in Christ today with Father Andrew, and today we're talking about Leah.
Leah, yes. So we're continuing our talk of the great matriarchs of our faith of the Israelites and Israel and in extension us and
Right.
all the Abraham religions, the three: Jewish, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. They are important figures, and so we talked about Sarah already,
Right.
the wife of Abraham. We talked about Rebecca, the
Right.
wife of Isaac, Abraham's son, and now we're moving on to Jacob's wife, first wife, Leah. Leah, like I said, was Jacob's, the son of Rebecca and Isaac's first wife.
Now, you remember from the other episode, Rebecca decided she was going to change the situation.
Yeah, she gave blessing to...
Yeah, she tricked her husband, and she dressed one up with the goat's fur, and he ended up getting out of Dodge because his other brother wanted to just kill him, literally.
Yeah, he said,
see you later, I'm out of here. So this is when he left, and then he met Leah.
Yeah, so he was sent to the town of the hometown of Rebecca's brother, Laban. However you say that, Laban. Yeah, Laban. So Laban was the father of Laban. I don't know.
Anyway,
it's a guy.
Yeah. Okay.
So the father of, we'll call him the father of Leah and Rachel.
Right.
Leah and Rachel are sisters. Rachel is known as the prettier one, and Leah is the devout one. She can pray beautiful prayers, and she was a great person of God. And so Jacob went to the town of his uncle to escape being killed, and he stayed there for a while. And it was there that he saw Rachel tending the field, the sister of Leah, and he fell in love with Rachel. He wanted to marry Rachel.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she was the beautiful, but she was the younger sister of Leah. And so the father said, yeah, you can marry, but work 6-7 years to win her, to put in the effort, and then I'll allow you to marry. It's a long time to please to get in cahoots with your father-in-law, uncle, and your betrothed. And so 7 years passed, and they made it. So there came time for the wedding ceremony. And as we'll see with this family, deception is the name of their game. It's the name of their game. Rebecca deceived Isaac by sending Jacob in lieu of Esau, and here this father deceived Jacob. So at the time, again, he was supposed to marry the younger sister Rachel, and Laban had switched him. He sent Leah to get married into the wedding ceremony. He put the veil on her, and they got.
Is that part of the reason why we wear these veils?
No, that's. I mean, they've always.
Yeah, I mean, I wore a veil too.
Yeah,
I mean,
and so
I thought that would be awful.
Yeah,
Can you imagine? Doing all your vows and living in a veil?
Exactly.
Here's this other person.
Well, even Rachel and Jacob were kind of worried that he might do that. There was suspicion that he might put it, since they wore the veil, that he would switch, but they did. They went through it all, and they realized it was Leah. And so here we have Jacob married to Leah. Now his reasoning was he said, I could not, because it was against custom, really. You could not give your second daughter in marriage when your first daughter wasn't
married. So he had to.
So he made a deal. If you'd marry Leah, we'll after you marry her in the week of celebration, you could also marry Rachel.
Oh, so
it was a 2-for-1
awesome
kind of situation.
Really awesome. That's kind of crazy, but that's kind of cool.
Times were different.
Yeah,
times were different.
I'd say. How would you like to be in bed with your sister's husband?
Yeah.
No.
So
awful.
So yeah, especially because he wanted to marry Rachel,
he was in love with
and
Rachel.
That was the favored one. But he did care for Leah, because she did, she could pray prayers that would just bring him to tears. And so, and also the thing that Leah had that her sister didn't have, and we'll talk about Rachel when we get to Rachel, was she was fertile. She was able to give many sons, and she did. She gave 6 of Jacob's 12 sons. that
That's
led.
one way to speed up the procreation process.
Exactly.
Is to marry two women at the same time.
But these were again important. Yeah, this is the perfect way to ensure that you're the father of nations.
You want to get some stuff done.
So her sons were Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun. And she also gave birth to a daughter named Dinah. But the sons, these are all the great tribes:
right.
Judah, Levi, Simeon, all these great. And of course, Reuben was the first son that was born of Jacob that did that. Although he wasn't his favorite, it was his first. And so these are guys that went on to do great things.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a rivalry, as you can imagine, with Rachel and Leah. First of all, the deception was a key. I mean, she was not happy about that, obviously, and that was more her father. Leah wasn't. She was a participant, but that was her father's doing. But there's also that rivalry. First of all, I mean, Leah was not the chosen one, and
and obviously
Jacob,
he stated it before, not the pretty one.
Well, not the pretty one. She didn't have Rachel's beautiful eyes that what tradition gave to her. But she could give sons to Jacob, whereas, as we'll see with Rachel, couldn't. And so Rachel was jealous of Leah for her fertility, and for her beautiful prayers, her closeness with God, her chosenness of God. She may not have been chosen by Jacob initially, right, but she was chosen by God. And really, that the tradition is that when Jacob chose her, even after marriage, when Jacob favored her, God granted fertility, the gift of fertility to Leah, because he favored Leah. And so you had this little rivalry between the two that for both parts, they both were jealous of each other for different things.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, this just sounds like a terrible situation.
They both did, again, they both were great characters, but yeah, they just kind of were put in this situation by deception, by a father who really wanted what's best for his daughters, but
right,
didn't think about the implications. So, but also he cared about customs and how to follow the customs of his people. And
at the time, culturally, he couldn't give Rachel.
Exactly.
But the only other way around it.
Yeah.
And you can't very well ask somebody to work for 7 years and hope that at some point Leah gets married, so she's already gone.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, you got to get rid of her first. So, I mean, I say get rid of. You don't understand.
Hand her off. Yeah. You got to get her.
You got to get her married first. So, I mean, I don't know. It's not a win-win at all.
No.
It's not a win-win. It's really not a win-win. I can't imagine being. Poor Jacob. I mean, being in the house with two sisters.
Yeah. Well, and also the two sisters who constantly trying to one-up each other to give more sons. They start sending their maids to Jacob to try to get him to conceive more sons. So, but again, at the end of the day, it led to Jacob and Abraham's line to truly be what God envisioned for them. That they were the descendants of this great nation, the leaders of these tribes that would form Judah and Israel, and then eventually the people of Israel. And so, while it's a rough situation, oh gosh, I would not want to be in that. It still worked out. God still used this situation to do something good,
right? To
do something that He needed to happen, i.e., fulfilling the promise that Abraham will be descendants of a great nation. And that happened through this crazy wedding. Yeah, soap opera. It really would be a perfect soap opera.
I have a sister. Y'all know I have a sister. You have no idea.
Yeah.
What a mess it would be. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I could see that on the daytime talk shows, my dad married both of us to the same man. And so we look at it today. Again, we look at through our culture's lens and say,
for sure.
Well, that's messed up. But really, in that time,
it probably was.
That was that was.
Well, hell, they were marrying cousins.
Oh yeah, they were marrying cousins.
They were marrying blood to blood.
Yeah,
so no wonder they didn't have people coming out that were looking all kinds of funky.
I mean, the
You know?
Lot, there's
Crazy.
so yeah, it was different, but that was their, it was not out of the norm.
No.
In those times.
No.
Yeah.
So that's Leah. Whew.
That's Leah. Yeah.
Bless her
but
heart.
a great again one. A great matriarch who helped really set in motion.
Yeah.
The people of God and for all of the the Abrahamic religions and helped us understand God and get closer to Him.
Yeah, and she still maintained her faith despite all the
Exactly.
craziness, which is a lot of lessons that we can learn. Is that just we may be finding ourselves in a crazy situation. Yeah. Hopefully, never that situation.
No, yeah.
But something that's just not right. To try to make lemonade.
Yeah.
Right,
and to not lose the
faith.
Yeah,
and try to make lemonade.
Yeah, and and that's we oftentimes are faced with situations, and that's those times where our faith in God can pull us through.
Absolutely,
be it marital, financial,
or any of the
or
stuff
anything.
That we've just been dealing with.
Yeah, this morning we had.
Stuff.
Yeah, the pandemic, war in Ukraine,
that's a
there's
whole nother,
and we just had major storms come in this morning,
yeah.
and trying to get through all these different storms, it's important to have faith in God, and Leah never lost that faith in God.
Yeah.
None of these women did, and it was that faith that helped them give the world, because really it's them, give the world these patriarchs and matriarchs who helped establish this faith.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome. Listen, guys, I don't know about you, but I don't want to be married to the same man as my sister is. But we'll be making lots of lemonade with that situation.
Those would be interesting Thanksgivings with the parents.
No kidding. But I hope you guys have found some value in learning about Leah today. If you did, do us a favor, like and share. Don't forget to ring the bell, and we'll see you next time on another Sweet Life in Christ. Take care.
Bye.